Imagine being at the forefront of a scientific revolution, where a groundbreaking AI can predict the structure of nearly every molecule that makes up life as we know it. It's happening right now with AlphaFold 3. When I first heard about the potential of AlphaFold, I was blown away by the idea that an AI could unravel the mysteries of proteins and beyond. It's like having a superpower in the palm of our hands, transforming the way we understand biology and medicine. Stick around as we dive into the incredible journey of AlphaFold 3, explore its mind-blowing capabilities, and discover how it's set to revolutionize science. And before we jump into the first segment, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you won't miss out on any of these exciting updates. Today we're diving into some groundbreaking news from the world of science. Google DeepMind has just unveiled AlphaFold 3, an AI that's set to revolutionize how we understand the molecules of life. So, let's break it down. Now let's talk about AlphaFold 3, the latest and most advanced version of this groundbreaking AI. AlphaFold 3 takes everything that made AlphaFold 2 revolutionary and pushes it even further. So, what's new with AlphaFold 3? For starters, it moves beyond just predicting the structure of proteins. This version includes predictions for DNA, RNA, and small molecule ligands. Most drugs are ligands that bind to proteins to change how they interact in human health and disease, making this an absolutely unprecedented resource for simulating these interactions. But before we get into the details, let's talk about why this is such a big deal. Proteins are the building blocks of life. They catalyze chemical reactions, regulate our genes and immune system, and make up the structural elements of our cells. Basically, they do everything. To understand what a protein does, you need to know its 3D structure. You can look at their components and sequences on paper, but if you don't know what 3D shape they fold up into, you can't predict what they'll do or how they'll interact with other molecules. Now, here's the catch. Understanding proteins is incredibly complex because of their intricate folding patterns. The challenge of protein folding has baffled scientists for decades. Imagine trying to predict how a long string of beads will spontaneously fold into a complex three-dimensional shape. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Traditionally, figuring out these structures has been a slow and expensive process. Various human-operated experimental techniques like X-ray crystallography, nuclear magnetic resonance, and cryo-electron microscopy have been used to determine protein structures, but they're time-consuming and expensive. There are over 200 million known proteins, but we've only identified the structures of about 170,000. Enter AlphaFold. This AI speeds up the process by predicting these structures with incredible accuracy. AlphaFold 2 was already a game-changer when it came out in 2021. It could predict the 3D structures of nearly every protein in the human body, which has had a massive impact on research in areas like cancer treatment, vaccine development, and even creating plastic-eating enzymes. In just 3 years, it's been cited in over 14,000 scientific papers. So, what makes AlphaFold 3 even better? Well, it's not just about proteins anymore. AlphaFold 3 can predict how proteins interact with DNA, RNA, and small molecules called ligands. These ligands are crucial because most drugs work by binding to proteins and altering their function. With AlphaFold 3, scientists can simulate these interactions, making drug development faster and more precise. Check out this illustration. It shows AlphaFold 3 predicting the structure of a spike protein from a common cold virus interacting with antibodies and sugars. The blue, turquoise, and yellow structures are AlphaFold 3's predictions, and the gray structure underneath is the actual protein. Pretty accurate, right? To achieve this, AlphaFold 3 was trained on data from the Protein Data Bank, covering over 99% of known biomolecular complexes. Plus, it uses a new technique called a diffusion network to assemble its predictions, starting with a cloud of atoms and refining it step by step until it reaches the most accurate structure. Here's a simplified version of how AlphaFold 3 works. Thanks to the University of Oxford's Protein Informatics Group, it takes the amino acid sequence that's input, searches databases for similar sequences already identified in other living organisms, extracts all of the relevant information using a transformer, that's the evoformer, and passes that information onto a neural network that produces a 3D structure, a long list of coordinates representing the position of each atom of the protein, including side chains. What the new and improved evoformer does is assemble its structural predictions using a diffusion network, like those found in AI image generators. As the joint blog post by DeepMind and Isomorphic Labs announcing AlphaFold 3 explains, it starts with a cloud of atoms and over many steps converges on its final, most accurate molecular structure. DeepMind's CEO, Demis Hassabis, recently explained how this helps in drug discovery. The holy grail is not just knowing a protein's structure but designing drugs that bind to it in the right way. AlphaFold 3 is a big step in predicting these interactions, making it a powerful tool for creating new medications. In January this year, Isomorphic Labs, a sister company of DeepMind, announced a strategic partnership with pharmaceutical giants Eli Lilly and Novartis in deals worth around $3 billion. They expect to see AI-designed drugs in clinics in the next few years. When tested, AlphaFold 3 showed state-of-the-art accuracy in predicting interactions between proteins and ligands, outperforming existing methods by 50% according to the Postbusters benchmark. This means it can help design drugs more effectively without needing detailed structural information up front. It's not just for scientists, you can try it too. The AlphaFold server is open to the public, offering a database of 200 million protein structures. It's a fantastic resource for anyone interested in exploring the molecular world. Predicting protein structures used to take years and cost a fortune. Now, thanks to AlphaFold 3, we're looking at a future where biological and pharmaceutical research can progress at lightning speed. This technology opens up new possibilities in drug design, genomics, and even developing sustainable materials and crops. We're witnessing a new era in science, and I can't wait to see what discoveries come next. If you're as excited about this as I am, hit that like button, subscribe for more AI updates, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay curious. This is AI Nexus. Catch you in the next video. Peace.